You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
All right, we're back. It's another edition of the Windy City Benders podcast. It's been a couple weeks. Not much going on, so we're having a fun one today. We have a couple special guests here. I mean, Tanner, you're here as always. What's up, bud?
Hey, what's up? You know, a lot of news going out there. Basically, nothing happened. So we brought on a couple guys that share a fucking birthday for whatever reason. We got my boy. He's back. Kevin Meegan hitting us with some more knowledge. And then we got one of our other friends. His name's Roy. He's a pretty good guy. Roy Nayder. He's got the dirtiest beard in the game.
I know. Someone here made me feel so bad I shaved last time.
Oh my god about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, we were on a Zoom like once quarantine started, we were doing like a Zoom hangout or just all that. And Meegan was talking shit to Roy about his beard. Roy disappears for like 5 minutes, comes back, just fucking shaved.
I hated to do it. I had to go on a little bit of a rant. I was a little sauced up. I figured since we were line mates on like the greatest line of all time in men's
absolutely.
league. Yeah, or 2/3 of the greatest C League men's league line. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all you want to be.
I mean,
well, yeah.
I was striving for that since day one.
Beer League beauty, let's go.
Yeah.
So absolutely nothing is going on. So I have to ask just the question right here. We'll throw it out there. What the fuck is going on with the NHL? You got no news about when they're coming back. You have players who still need to be signed, like big name players. You have teams that are over the cap, 9 teams to be exact. What the fuck? Like, when are we gonna get some news? Like,
we're just hanging out. I mean,
they're just chilling.
Rupe Hintz signed his deal.
Who?
Rupe Hintz. He's on Dallas.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. When it was announced, I literally hadn't seen any news about any signings. And so it was like, Rupe Hintz signs his deal, 9 point whatever. And I was like, yo, we got 9 point something million a year. It's like, no. 9 million for 3 years. It's only like 3.15. And I was like, oh. I was like, holy shit, he just fucking made bank. But not going to happen. But, yeah, other than that, you get a few of the rookies getting their deals done.
Which is all standard tickets and all that.
Yeah, like the rookie deals with ELCs or whatever. You still got Mike Hoffman, sitting in free agency, I don't know, not doing anything.
What is he waiting for?
I guess.
How did this guy get $3 million a year? Jesus. Sorry, I'm just still looking at it.
I mean, he was probably one of their better players this past season, and he was making close to nothing because
he had a deal. 19 goals, 14 assists, 33 points, +3, and 16 PIMs.
Yeah,
fuck 16.
It went from 800 to 3 mil.
Well, didn't he break his back in the playoffs or something like that? He was the one who went right into the boards back.
Oh, was that him?
Back flat. Yeah, was that in the conference finals? I think it was.
So that's what the money's for.
Yeah.
Yeah. You helped us get to a Stanley Cup Finals and you killed yourself.
We'll get you an extra $500K if you just don't say anything about it.
Oh yeah. So I mean, Hoffman, I'm surprised he hasn't signed. I figured that once Taylor Hall was taken care of and all that, it was going to be hours between the announcement and Hoffman signed. I'm kind of shocked that hasn't happened, especially too when you see teams like Nashville and Columbus were clearing cap space. You figure they were probably going to go after either Hall or Hoffman. I don't understand. What more does that guy need to do to get a decent ticket?
I think he's just waiting for people to sweeten the deal. You know, just looking for the best deal, best fit. Well, I don't know.
At this point, though, too, do you not just go the Taylor Hall route and just sign a one-year deal because of this whole flat cap stuff?
I mean, I kind of would, and I might do it with like a team that is like a cup contender, you know? Just be like, yeah, I'll take out like a 1 year, $5 million, and next year I'll good.
Yeah, but if he goes for a $5 million deal, there's like 3 to 4 teams he can sign that with. He doesn't have like a lot of choices.
Yeah, but he can still sign with somebody.
Do you think he's still like got some of that reputation behind him about what happened in Ottawa, or do you think he's finally clear of that?
I thought he was kind of cleared that because it wasn't more so him, it was more so the girlfriend, and I don't believe that they're together still.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I don't know how much.
I don't follow the Real Housewives of NHL.
Yeah,
so
Zach, please tell me more about their relationships and how.
Well, no, but I'm just saying because I think I've seen people bring that up before, like on Reddit and all that, and I thought I saw somebody saying that, and even though like I think even if they were like it was still like a couple type of thing, I don't think you hold that against him,
right? He's
still
still
even I'm just talking about
2020.
Like
we hold everything against everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking more about like the stigma, like, oh, he might be a bad teammate type of guy, which like you can't really stick on a guy unless he really, really screws over a team. But you never find out that information anyways.
Roy, he could sign a 1 year, $5 million deal with any team and then get traded at the trade deadline to a cup contender because that would be an easy move with some like cap retained. You ever think about that?
Well, okay. Teams that have $5 million actually projected cap space,
is a lot.
Is 9.
Okay, that's a lot of teams. That's almost a third of the NHL.
Okay, you got the Blackhawks, you got the Bruins, you have the Panthers, you got Columbus, you got Detroit, you got Ottawa, Nashville, LA, and New Jersey.
Yeah, but New Jersey says their roster size is only at 16 right now.
So they need players.
I guess. Yeah, okay. There, you got me.
Like, I don't see where the logic's wrong here.
I don't know. It's just, okay. Yeah, New Jersey. Those higher cap teams. Yeah, go for it.
If he goes to New Jersey, that's not a bad deal because you got Nico Hischier playing center and Jack Hughes playing center, and like you're not going to have a bad center. Like you're going to have 2 good young kids, and if you want to, you can fucking stay if you want. Like just get a 1 year deal.
And now they got Corey Crawford locking down the net.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They got a sick one, too, in that Crawford and Blackwood.
Blackwood's going to be good.
Yeah. They got a pretty sweet young defense, too. I really like them, except for Subban. He's not young.
Oh, dude.
Hey, he's good, but he's not young.
Yeah,
he's 31.
Who has the better Subban at this point, us or them?
Ours is a lot cheaper.
Very true.
Ours is fighting for a top spot at least.
That's right.
Yeah,
you could be the number 1.
Bowman literally said it. He was like, "Yeah, over there, we're gonna let him go." It's like maybe that's the Subban of the future. Who knows?
Well, I feel bad for the third Subban that's just forgotten. Was he on Vancouver or something? Like
Jordan?
I honestly forget there's a third Subban all the time.
It's kind of like saying that you forgot about like the 4th Stahl brother as well. Like everybody kind of knew about him, and then like nobody knows where he went. There was that year. There was the 1 year where Eric Stahl, Jordan Stahl, and Jared Stahl played like the first line for like the first minute of the Carolina Hurricanes home opener, and then it was just like, no, go sit your ass on the bench for that.
Yeah, he wasn't even an AHL quality player, and they put him in like that top line in the AHL for the Checkers.
He's definitely the person that kind of you draft because you're like, I mean, his brothers made it. Like, there's got to be something there.
But that happens a lot, it feels like. People just get drafted because their brother or their father, things like that. It's a family thing.
It's in the genes. It's
like
in the
blood.
Come on, Dad.
There's a bunch this year. Like Yannick Perreault's kid got drafted by Anaheim.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, Yannick Perreault knows what work.
Going to go take face-offs there?
Yeah. Dude, sickest face-off in the league.
Hey.
He still holds the like best face-off percentage, I think, in NHL history.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. So kind of looking at the opposite, Roy's talking about how there's 9 teams with a decent amount of cap space. There's also 9 teams with absolutely no cap space. I'm looking at the list. Arizona got 84 $1,270,284 in projected cap space, and this team is a fucking yard sale right now. Like, what is going on with them? How are they have so much? And didn't they talk about how they're trying to sell everybody off too? Like, if they're under 20, if anybody over 25 was on the trade block.
Well, yeah, and then they tried to like find a deal for Ekman Larson, and then they just were like, I mean, it's not that great. And Ekman Larson's like, yeah, if this doesn't happen by Friday, then fuck you, I'm staying here. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. Well, sorry.
Ekman Larson's like, when does this contract end? It doesn't even like cap friendly. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's an 8-year. It's a brand new 8-year deal. So, 8.25 for the next 8 years until he's 37.
You just signed a life sentence there.
Yeah.
See, he wanted to go to Vancouver.
I'll take a life sentence for $8 million
a
year.
To go live in Arizona and play golf.
Hey, well, I mean, you get a lot of time when you're not making the playoffs.
Hey, they're not. It's not a life sentence for Arizona. It's a life sentence for Houston. Let's be honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that team moves. Seattle comes in. Arizona moves to the Central, and then they kind of sneak over to Houston the next year or something. Bring back the Houston Aeros. Are they still a team?
Well, didn't they just change ownership last year? Didn't someone just buy out the majority? Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's at least another 3 to 5 year investment, right?
But at what point
though? I'm moving him to Houston. He's already got to be making a deal.
But at what point? At what point does the league come in again and say, "Coyotes, you guys have fucked up way too much lately again. We're taking control. We're taking it to Houston." Like, how much more can they like mess up? They had picks taken away from them because of the like pre-combine stuff. Then they had the whole what is it? What I don't even remember the guy's name, Miller or something.
Yeah, Mitchell Miller.
That whole fiasco. Like, what is like? I don't understand.
They basically didn't have a pick until the 5th round.
Yeah, you don't have your pick until a first pick until the 4th round, and then you take somebody whose history is well known. Everybody knew about it before going in, and they're still like, you know what? I like this. Let's take this. Let's take this on, and then proceed to do nothing and pray to God that it just got like swept under the rug until they got called out by the kid's mom.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, it's like
I'm over that story.
Yeah, it's almost despicable how like something like that could happen, but you know, at least at the end of the day, it got worked out where he's doesn't have an opportunity right now.
And Tanner called it. He's going to Russia, the fucking scumbag.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, they don't care.
I was in our group chat. I was literally just like, yeah, guarantee he ends up like going to the KHL like 3 days later. Yeah, he's heading to the KHL. I was like, fucking do it, man.
Is he even that any good?
I mean,
like
he was on the national development program.
Better than me, but that's all that says.
I mean, yeah, he's better than everybody that's on this show right now. So
I don't know. I mean, I could probably take him.
He's a Minnesota kid, right?
Yeah.
No, he's Ohio.
Ohio,
and
yeah.
He was playing on North, and he was going to North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, hold on. Coyotes are operating at a minus 15 million income.
Yeah,
their operating income is minus 15 million.
It's called business, baby.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys. I think the only other thing that's been coming out is like all the reverse retro jerseys. If you've seen like the teasers and like I don't know some of them that have been leaked as well. Like Boston's getting a gold jersey.
Is it gold or is it yellow?
It's apparently gold. I don't know. It kind of the picture that was leaked is kind of like a dirty gold yellow. Like,
I'm confused what they're doing for the Blackhawks though. So apparently all those pictures they posted for the teasers of like animations, the number on the back of the jersey is supposed to be the year that the jersey's from.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but the two Blackhawks jerseys from that year are like those thirds. At one time, they also became our thirds, where it's the black and red and white stripes. I think they were our thirds in like the 90s or something like that.
Yeah,
like
there's no white stripe.
Yeah, and then our white jersey was all white with like red shoulders or some shit like that.
I mean, I don't know how much
strange. I don't know.
I kind of
which one they're going to use.
Yeah, what I took from that was that the details of the jersey weren't actually in it. They were just kind of showing like the main color the jersey was gonna be.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like that black jersey from the 40s that you're talking about, Roy, with all the stripes, which I'm actually kind of pumped for. If that's the case, I've been wanting them to do that jersey for a while.
How do you reverse that though? Like, I feel like if you just swap the colors around, it's still almost the same exact jersey.
Yeah, you're just literally putting the red stripes and the black stripes around, and it's like, what happened? It just looks off now.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't even think of that part. Damn it.
What about New Jersey with their weed jerseys?
Their weed jerseys?
Their weed jerseys.
God.
New Jersey just legalized weed, and so their jerseys are literally like green. And I guess New Jersey, like on Twitter, was something like, well, somebody goes. He
tweets the New Jersey Devils and he tweets the New Jersey governor, and a screenshot of the leak from that Adidas video of the green jersey, and then side by side was like a news article announcing that marijuana is now legally for rec out in there. And the guy goes, "You guys did this on purpose, didn't you?" And New Jersey tweeted back, "We'd have to tell you, or we would tell you, but we'd have to kill you." But they did WEED. It was
each one.
Like, good job.
Great.
Good job.
Are you guys referencing all these jerseys to the Adidas post that they just put out like 3 hours ago? Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was gonna say it doesn't look like they're gonna do all the stripes for those Blackhawk ones.
No. So the thing here, I pulled it up a little bit. You can kind of see it. All the jerseys are the exact same.
Yeah.
It's just they just show the colors. So those aren't the designs of the jerseys. It's just the colors of the jerseys.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say the Dallas Stars jerseys are the Dallas Stars jerseys now.
No, like these are. It's not the actual design of the jersey. All of them are the exact same. They're just showing what the colors are going to be. And I think, Jarom, did you bring it up in our group chat? It's just like, is Arizona's jersey going to be like a Phoenix Suns?
Yeah, that's what I see, because it was like the purple and orange, which have never been like their colors, but would be sick though if doing like the purple and orange, if they have like that scenic, like, you know, like the third jersey they used to have where it was just the Kachina head. Yeah. And then there was like the desert scene at the bottom.
Yeah.
So did I. If they did in Antonio Monte, if they did that with like a purple as like the main color, I think that could actually be pretty sick.
Do you think it's maybe I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what you said. Maybe you said the exact thing. Do you think it's maybe like that maroon that's at the bottom of the Kachina jerseys that's the main color this time?
No, it's going to be the purple.
No, it's going to be purple.
It's actually purple? I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's purple's going to be the main color for it. And then orange is like the accent color. Which is why I was thinking like it's kind of like Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I think it would be cool if teams did like crossover jerseys with like other sports. Especially if you're
like the Blackhawks and the Bulls.
Well, I mean,
black and red. Let's go.
Like Blackhawks and like the Cubs or something would be sick. But does Adidas do baseball or basketball?
No, Nike does baseball. Basketball is Nike.
Football?
What about football? That'd be sick. A crossover with the Bears. Get a blue and orange fucking. It would basically just be like the one feather of like the headdress, like all over the jersey.
What would be sick though is if the Hawks did like the Chicago colors, like that one that kept going around Reddit, where it was like the white jersey with the baby blue and like the hints of red. That would actually be really sick.
Yes.
So out of like all the other team alternates, like you're thinking about, they can bring back a bunch of stuff like the 90s jerseys and all that. Like there's rumored that the Ducks are bringing back Wild Wing.
Yeah.
What other ones? Like you got New York, Lady Liberty. You got.
I want St. Louis to look stupid and just get the trumpets coming out of their cock again.
Hold on, back to Coyotes because my internet's slow. Do you think it could have been something to do with this?
That's
the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Instead of being green, I think it's going to be purple.
Okay, I need like visual representation of things to understand. I need pictures to understand anything.
Oh, that's so funny.
LA King's got to bring back the Burger King. They have to do that.
I want the I mean, obviously the Fishermen. I would love to have the Rangers bring back just the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, Lady Liberty, baby.
In some sort of fashion, whether it's just the head or like just fucking go weird with it and just have her holding a hockey stick and like skating. Just that'd be fucking sick. Just the dumbest fucking cartoonish jerseys.
No.
Ugh. I like the idea though that the NHL's bringing on like fun jerseys.
Yeah, and I hope this leads to more like this, and I hope it just like it does get weirder, because as much as I love like hockey jerseys and all that, they're all basically the same thing. And like you look at NBA, they have like 8 different jerseys they wear throughout the season, but they're always different like styles, different colors, like out of the box. I think hockey would, I mean, especially now when you got a revenue problem, now's the time to do it. Like, start bringing out these like really crazy, ridiculous jerseys.
That's
I don't know, man. I think we should do more outdoor games.
I mean, we're not allowed to have indoor dining in Chicago, so we got to have the outdoor games so that we can all attend.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the whole reason, I think, is just because like the league, you probably won't be able to have the packed stadiums, and NHL revenue is driven by like stadium revenue and like people showing up to games. So if you don't get that, you got to find it another way. So let's release a bunch of fucking jerseys that look dope as shit, have people buy a ton of jerseys, and hopefully like regain some value there.
And hopefully they got some jersey shirts too out of it too. Like,
yeah, that'd be sick.
Other merch.
Like if they brought back up the Blackhawks black, like their jerseys, like in any sort of capacity, I think like that would be one of the most like highest selling jerseys, no matter what, because the fan base is so big, and it's a jersey that they haven't worn in over a decade now.
I have been searching for one forever because I want to do like I'm done buying like current players on my jerseys, and I want to get like former players, and I've been wanting to do an Amante jersey, and I want that black jersey because that's like what when you think of Tony Amante, you think the Blackhawk jersey.
That was the first name that came to my mind when you said black.
So
Blackhawk jersey.
Eric Daze was mine.
Eric Daze. What a fucking goofball.
Dude. That guy was a moose. I remember thinking as a kid, like, oh man, he was like one of the best players in the NHL because I could only like watch the Hawks games back then. We were like really young. And then I look back and I was like, he wasn't that good, but he was good, but he wasn't like great.
For our team at the time, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was great. He was like
he's an NHL All-Star.
He was a 2002 NHL All-Star MVP. Thank you very much.
Right.
My bad. Sorry.
I'm sure I've told the story on here before, but me and Poets went to the draft when I was in Chicago, and him and Pat Foley were doing like a signing before like the draft event. And I go up to him and I'm like, hey, Mr. Daze, can you sign this? He goes, yeah, sure. I go, can you put 2002 All-Star MVP? He got the biggest smile on his face. And he's like trying to have a conversation with me, thanking me for coming up to him and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, this dude is like, just wants some love. That's all he wanted. Like,
I mean, he was a part of the team. Like no one, exactly. He had probably no deals, anything, even though he was like the star of the Blackhawks. Yeah. Because the Blackhawks, no one saw them. You have to listen to the radio if you want to know anything about the Blackhawks.
What a fun time.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved it.
I miss it.
I do miss it some every once in a while, but I think that's more nostalgia than anything. Like,
I think I just miss being a kid going to hockey games. Not having to spend my own money to do it. You know.
No, I do really miss getting the 300 level tickets and then just walking into the 100 level. And the United Center staff just like, we don't give a fuck.
Or sometimes
like 5,000 fans here.
Or sometimes they'd stop you and be like, come back after the first and we don't care. It's like, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a game, me and my dad were still up in the 300 level, like halfway through the second, and somebody walked up and was like, you know you can go down there if you want, right? Like they had to like drag us to go down there basically.
I mean, the game's not on TV, so it's not like they need to have the stands filled anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of old time Chicago Blackhawks, well, not really old time, 2015 old, but our buddy, friend of the show, Scott Darling signs a PTO with the Florida Panthers. The kid's back in North America. He's gonna make some fucking noise. He's gonna be back in the league. Let's fucking go.
It's the best. Let's listen. You guys want to hear some fun facts about this?
Yeah, Tanner was fucking Rain Man last night.
Let's hear it, man.
I love it. So, Scott Darling's already being paid by the Florida Panthers, which is fantastic because they bought him out. So no matter if he does play for them this season or not, he's already going to be paid by them. And so let's say he does sign, and like let's just throw out like he's going to sign for league minimum because he's already making $2.3 million from them, and he would make basically $3 million a year this year from them, which is like, hey, just get 2 paychecks for whatever reason. And let's say he doesn't start on the NHL roster, which means he would start in the AHL, and the AHL affiliate for them is now the Charlotte Checkers, which is the last team he played for when he was in North America.
So he doesn't even have to buy new pads.
No. He literally, he was in Carolina's organization.
Oh, I'm sure.
To their AHL team, which was the Charlotte Checkers. And then in the offseason got traded to Florida, got bought out. And now he's on his way back, going back to Florida, going back to Charlotte possibly. And it's just the weirdest fucking situation that's working out. It's just like, all right, well, I'm hoping he just get new pads anyway. He loves getting new gear.
He was so excited. Like when we were talking to him, he's like talking about his pads, and he's like turn his computer on. And he goes, "Yeah, there's that pair, then there's that pair. Oh, those pairs are my favorite." Like he's just going through his entire like basement. It was so funny.
Dude, I can't wait till he takes Bob's job. That would be amazing. He gets to play with Coach Q again. Are you kidding me? Steal the fucking starting role from Bobrovsky.
I don't think
it looks like their backup is Chris Dreger.
Yeah. So talking to Florida Panther insider Matt Ross, he's not sure like what this is, why that they made this move. He says that the Dreger guy is actually doing better than Bob right now, and they like him a lot. And then they got that Spencer Knight that they drafted a couple of years ago. That's going to be coming up, who's going to be very, very solid for them. So he was asking me, like, why do you think they signed him? And I said that personally, I think it's Q doing him a favor. I think it's Q's bringing him in, letting him showcase that he can still be a force in this league, and it'll hopefully get him an offer from another team. Because when we talked to him, he talked about how Coach Q, he owes his career to Coach Q. Like, he would not be in the position that he was in if it wasn't for Q believing in him. So it's almost poetic that, he needs that comeback, and Q's the one to kind of like, step up for him and do it.
You know which team doesn't have a clear starter right now?
Chicago.
I mean, we were his best goals against and save percentage, and all that were with us.
It's true.
It just went down. So,
but Bowman hates Chicago area P players. So,
I think Bowman just hates Chicago at some point. Like, when did we just say he hates Chicago?
I don't think he hates Chicago.
I'm trying to be positive here with it, but he hates Chicago.
You heard it here first. It's the worst.
There was an article. Mad he didn't get Yzerman's job in Detroit.
Yeah,
that's where he really wants to be.
I'll trade him. Yzerman for Bowman.
One for one.
1 for 1. It was 1 for 1.
Should we throw in the other Bowman in just for?
Just for nostalgia's sake.
They can have Scotty
Detroit.
too.
There was a title of an article. I still haven't read it yet, but it was saying something about like said how much of the strings is Scotty pulling for the behind the scenes. The article's title implied that Scotty was the reason why Stan is doing everything that he's doing. I was like, all right.
I don't think there's any concrete evidence about that. I think that'd be really, really hard to find out.
And if it is true, that makes Stan look even worse because his dad's old. His dad, I don't know, is fully what's going on anymore. Like,
Jesus, rough stuff, bud.
Just speaking the truth, man. Just speaking the truth. So that kind of goes it for the little news we have. But
Still waiting on Dylan Strome to get signed. That's about it.
Whatever. He's not going to get signed. He's going to sit there. He's going to sit there in RFA status. Would you sign with this shit show right now?
Ship him. We don't need him.
Well, he probably wants money or thinks he's deserves money.
I think every player wants money.
That's why I changed it. That's why I changed it. I think he thinks he deserves more money.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I'm just shocked there has been nothing leaked at all, like where the numbers are possibly at, all that kind of stuff. Like,
it's not hard to leak anything when you don't talk to anyone.
Yeah, it might just be no conversations going on.
Right.
Well, that's fair. So with Meegan being back on the show, for old time's sake, we decided that we were going to allow him to have Meegans Corner again.
Woo! All right, boys. Well, I mean, there's so much I could get mad about. I mean, it's quarantine. There's just the date. I don't even know what day it is. Is it October? Is it December? Is it November? I have no idea. But one big thing that we did get in the news of like the hockey world, because NHL is dragging their feet, is that the OHL will not be having body checking this year. And not just no body checking in the OHL. The Ontario Minister of Sports, Lisa McLeod, announced in late October, this is her quote. He goes, "Not just in the OHL, not just in hockey in general, but in all sports. We're in a very serious game right now, and the reality is we have to take those public health precautions." So I'm going to start off with what the fuck are you talking about? Because what does body checking change with the fact that you're working out with the same guys every single day? You're playing on the ice, you're at practice every single day. You're going to billet houses where there are families that are also going to work. Like, you're not containing anything by taking away body checking. You know, we don't want them to hit because then they're going to spit on each other. But everything else is totally fucking fine. And just like, oh, hi, Kitty. And I mean, like, you can obviously guess that nobody is like taking this well. Like NHL, like even not just in the OHL or in Canada, the New York Islanders have come out with a couple of posts. John Scott said, if you can't hit, there's no point in playing hockey, which I agree with 100%. 100%. You can't create those like puck possessions. Like, what's the point? What am I just going to keep poke checking somebody? If I rub up on somebody in the corner, like, how are you going to have those battles? Like, it literally takes out at least 40% of the game. I won't even give it half. 40% of the game. It's absolutely asinine. You're not protecting anybody from anything. It's just one of those things where they want people to fill the fucking stadiums in Canada, or at least like fill to what they can. But they want to be like, we're taking precautions. They just want to look good as opposed to actually doing the right thing. Why don't you just have smaller bubbles? You can only play 5 teams. It's junior hockey. Most junior leagues are doing that, where you can only play a certain amount of teams. I know the leagues like the ECHL, they're doing where you can, when each team visits, when the season starts, each team is going to visit an opposing team, and they only have 3 restaurants they can go to. They can only go to the hotel. They can only go to 1 restaurant bar, and they can't go into, like, you can have regulations outside of the actual sport because they're already in the fucking arena. They're going to get in contact with each other. If one player has COVID on a team and he plays a game, hitting isn't going to stop the fact that the rest of his team and the other opposing team are at the same probability of getting infected. So it's completely fucking dumb, makes absolutely no sense, and it's like the worst time to put this out there. It's like, yeah, we got like nothing going on, but we're going to give you hockey back. We really want hockey back because we need it. Our economy needs it. People need it, but nobody checking. We're just going to play floor hockey. Like, let's just go out there and play fucking floor hockey with knee-high sticks and no skates. Just go run around. No one can touch each other. Stick can't go above your fucking hips.
I think they took the term contact tracing a little bit too seriously and wrong. That's not exactly how it works. You can't just body check it into somebody.
The harder you hit, the more COVID you get. That's what it is.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're gonna be in on a face-off, like, you're fucking within, like, There's no social distancing on the ice. Like,
you know what?
just because you're eliminating body checking, it doesn't fucking change anything.
Yeah, what if we just put all the players in those giant like blow up bubbles?
Like in between periods.
Right.
Wrap them in plastic. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was talking
boys.
about like the cages. Like, if you really want to do it, just put a face guard in front of them. Say like, no more halves. You can't have half shields.
Bubbles.
Create
Bubbles and bubbles. Let's go.
Yeah, bubbles and
put
bubbles.
a fucking bubble on. It makes no sense. Like, it's that simple of a move, and you're doing way more by putting a bubble on someone's face than being like, don't hit him. Like what the fuck are you even doing? What are you playing the game for?
There's
like,
going to be some players that are going to fucking skate around with their fucking guard down, and somebody's going to be pissed and absolutely destroy somebody. And be like, well, 2-minute penalty for roughing. Fucking well worth it, bud.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're a league that wants to develop players and you want NHL players, well, you don't just have top tier players coming out of your league. You have guys that fight in the OHL or used to fight in the OHL. Now they're, like momentum guys. Like, everyone knows this in the hockey world, right? So you're going to take out probably a third of your teams. Like, top quality is that they're physical and that they can play defensive hockey, and then they can win pucks in the corner, and that they can body guys and protect the better players. You're taking that all out of the game.
Are they taking away board play at all? Like pinning the puck against the board?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you supposed to fucking do? Just let them go by? Oh, sorry, I didn't get you there. There you go.
Like, I understand if you're gonna say no body checking, you might as well just say like, no, not at all. Like, we're gonna play basketball, but we're only gonna shoot fucking free throws.
It's gonna be a trick shot competition.
No defense, free throws and dunks. That's all it is. We want to make sure the game is safe.
It's just a fucking shootout the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It makes absolutely no sense. There's I was reading this article by Drive for Five. It was the best article I found on it. And they put up a bunch of tweets and the NHL world is going fucking insane. The hockey world is going insane. It's just John Scott's drinking beers and he's depressed. People are mad, but they can't watch. It's insulting to say that you can play the game without checking. It's totally insulting, especially guys like me. I had no hands. I had to hit people. I had to fucking hit people. I didn't even play good hockey.
Hey, you could take some face-offs. I've seen you take a face-off.
I can take some face, every now and then, but that's because they're made of bricks. Hard to move. So yeah, that was mine. I just I really think that it's the dumbest move. It's when people go out and say erroneous things that don't change anything. This changes something. This really does. Yeah. But you're not affecting anybody in a positive light by doing this. You're just piling on all the negatives. Just don't have the fucking season. Give everyone else an extra year of eligibility, and then more teams will be better because there'll be more players in the league next year that are older, and then you can spread out the talent. If you're so concerned about having a fucking season this year, go all in or don't go at all. Well, at this point, you're either going to deal with COVID or you're not.
I think the biggest thing to take away from it is that taking away hitting literally doesn't affect if these guys are going to get COVID or not. Like you said, you can't take you don't play the game 6 feet apart from everyone.
Right.
Face-offs alone, check or no checking, but puck battles, just trying to do anything.
Dude, sitting on the bench next to your teammate. You're
right,
on top
exactly.
of each other.
That's like when Apple said they're getting rid of the charger to be more environmentally friendly, and then they made the charger USB-C, so all those other old chargers are now no good. So it's what was the point? You're not environmentally friendly. Now we have to throw away 2,000 chargers I've had for the past 10 years.
Yeah. Or Starbucks making those no straws, but making the cups that take up more plastic than a straw would.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just causing more. It's nonsense.
Because biodegradable straws aren't a thing.
Fucking consumers.
It's just it's infuriating that non-hockey people are making hockey decisions like that.
Oh yeah.
That's the most. I think that's so beyond frustrating with that too.
Well, We'll see how it goes.
All right, so that was Meegans Corner. So now we're on to Nayder's Corner. Nayder, what do you got?
I just got a lot of questions. I got nothing, man.
All right, so I think you guys got anyone you want to talk about? Because we have a fucking solid Riding Pine section here today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Roy.
Came on to ask his own questions.
Tanner, anything, bud?
For what?
Anything just you want to toss in before we go to Ride Pine?
Oh, I got fucking nothing.
All right, well, we're going to switch it over there, and I got the first one here. So, welcome to Riding Pine.
You're riding the pine pony, pal.
All right, so
I
was like, how do you do this? This is on it afterwards, or
yeah. Roy, you just got to look at how the sausage is made. Let's go.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Usually it's Noli. Noli will just sit there and just be like, I
think he's at the gym right now. So.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the first question is, why is Meegan so sexy, and when is he coming back on the show?
Well, that one wasn't
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Hey,
sorry about that one. That wasn't me.
Well,
and I might have gotten sexier. Got the stash going for November, boys.
hey.
Oh, it's bad. It's all red and blonde.
What's wrong with
Your
red,
hair
red,
is
red
your
beard?
hair is brown.
I know, but my fucking mustache is red and blonde, man. It gets really red in the summer. It's ridiculous.
It's winter.
Yeah, that's why it's turning blonde. It was red. And now it's blonde.
You're an enigma, bud.
All right. So we got two directions we can go. Do we want to go hockey question first and then have fun with these other weird ones?
Yeah.
All right. So first, next one is hockey. It's from JD Strength and Performance. Coach Carlton.
Oh, hey, I know them.
Yeah, Coach Carlton. Hawks have a losing records 2 months into the season. That's if we have a 2 months worth of a season. Are 2-19 and 88 asking for a trade?
Oh no.
No, those three absolutely not.
Taves already said that he doesn't want to play for another team, and
yeah,
I'm pretty from
so
listening to the Bowman interviews.
Well.
Yeah, listening to the Bowman interviews, there's no intention of any of those guys wanting to leave.
It's going to come down to it's going to be who's going to hold out longer. Is it going to be Bowman or is it going to be those three? And I think it's going to be those three.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to hold off. They have all the power because of the dumbass moves that he makes.
Yeah. Well, and I also think it's not going to be this season. It'll be next season when you start to, like, if they do really bad this season and you're like, this rebuild looks a lot further off than what you fucking told us. Like, okay, maybe it's 2 to 3 years. Like, Keith can hold it out for that long. Seabrook will be gone probably. But Kane and Taves will still be really productive players, 2 to 3 years. If it's like 5, I think all of them are gone within 2
I mean,
years.
I would assume that they'd probably just be done when their contract ends then.
Yeah. Like if they end up re-signing after that, like in the middle of next season, they'll be like, no, fuck this. Like,
I don't see Keith.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Keith would re-sign after his contract ends, but I just probably see him retiring.
I think Keith is done once his contract's up.
Yeah, I thought I read something before in this. I think this was before Keith said he wanted to stay. There was like a rumor that Keith was willing to go if it was like to help like with younger players, where he have a top
like
spot,
like a mentor role.
Yeah, but he still had a top spot on the team. But that was just a rumor that was going around before.
He kind of has that right now.
Right,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like.
Yeah.
He's
why would
gonna
he leave then for that?
He'll be 40 by the time his contract's up.
Yeah.
So unless he takes a league
I don't
minimum, unless he
Find a
takes
spot for him in the organization. There you go.
Oh, I'm sure that's half our organization is now just former players.
All right. The next question comes from Washed Up Goalie, who has started his own really good podcast.
I was going to say I didn't know Tanner's submitting questions now.
If you like goalies and you don't think they're irrelevant, check out his podcast. He just had Ron Tugnut on his show.
It's pretty sick.
He asked,
that's actually really cool.
Who's got the better beef, Pops or Rosie's? I don't know what Rosie's is.
Yeah, I've actually heard of Rosie's, but Pops is garbage all around.
Pops has got good jardiniere, man. I love Pops jardiniere.
I don't know. I've never had either. I've had like Bona and I've had Al's beef.
I would have to go off board too, and go probably Bona.
Bona's pretty good.
Bono over the big ones.
No,
like,
Bona's just as like overplayed as Portillo's.
No,
Absolutely.
No.
I like both, but they're both. I feel like those like Portillo's versus Bona is just the whole Android versus iPhone thing. They're both.
Oh, Android's better. Yeah, I got it.
Who gives a shit?
Wait,
Like,
how did Bona become an Android? I thought Bona would be the iPhone.
What, did you have to buy a new charger every time you get a fucking Bona sandwich?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Not only did I get a charger, not only have I got a charger with all my Androids, I also got adapters in case I still had old chargers to do.
As
Right.
I'm looking at the case for the new phone that comes tomorrow on Friday, fucking how much goddamn chump.
Is that an iPad? How fucking big is that thing? It was the size of your head. What do you need a screen for that? You have a laptop and a computer.
It's an iPad mini, bro.
It's not that big.
I don't know. Hold a banana up to it. I can't tell the size.
But I like Pops.
Yeah, but how
but
big's the banana?
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, Pops. But if Rosie's is the one that in Frankfurt that I looked up, I'm gonna hopefully you listen. You do. Let us know if it's a place in Frankfurt. Then I'm gonna go try it for sure, and I'll get back to you.
Question though, if it's in Frankfurt, does it even consider to be like in the Chicagoland area? I mean, that's basically Kentucky.
Well, I mean,
It's that far south.
all right.
What are you talking about?
I grew up in that area.
Yeah, you're not from Chicagoland, then. I'm sorry.
Hey, there's a if there's a metro train in Chicagoland.
Oh my God.
Land, Chicagoland. I won't say I'm from Chicago. I don't say that.
That's hilarious.
All right, so now we're moving to Roy's million questions.
Which one do we want to go first, man? I got.
Just have Roy ask him. Fuck
Yeah,
it. You don't need to ask the questions for him.
Yeah, go ahead, Roy. You go ahead.
All right, we'll just go in order. You know, there's let's get political, but not political. If there was a 1v1 street hockey, Trump versus Putin, who would win?
Putin.
Yeah, he's the greatest player in Russia, so hard to argue.
And have you seen Trump's like golf swing?
I have not.
Guy's like the most unathletic person who plays golf like 7 times a week.
You know
It's
what?
fucking rude.
I have seen Putin in the KHL All-Star game. So
I mean, Putin's put on the skates before. I could never see.
Well, that's why I said street.
I
said
barely
street.
walk. Like, it's fine. All right. Next question. Here we go.
All right.
Let's keep firing.
So this one's more for Meegan. Meegan, what's your favorite goal that Tanner let in? Either shot by you or shot by another team?
Shot by me. The one I caught. We had a exhibition game with JV and varsity, and I was, for some reason, I was probably way out of position. I looked like I was way out of position, but the guy shot the puck from like the far hash marks, and I turned, caught the puck in the middle of the air, and just redirected it and finished it through the net. Didn't count for anything because it was an exhibition game, and all that was there was like our girlfriends and our parents, but Tanner refers to it as his favorite goal of mine, so I actually am.
Yeah, he got excited as soon as you.
I told Jarom before we got on, like before we started recording, we saw the questions. I go, I know exactly what Kevin's answer is going to be for that fucking question. And I told him, and so as soon as he started saying it, Jarom's like, oh.
And Tanner got it down to a T. Like even did like the same movements.
And we were like freshmen in high school too. We were like the youngest kids out there.
It was like an inter squad alumni game, sort of, because there weren't enough alumni, and so like the varsity players were also playing, and that's when Joe Corvo fucking came out as well. And then I don't know, for whatever you were playing, you were a defenseman, but for whatever reason you were like at the top of the hash or at the top of the circle, and just like fucking spun around and cracked the puck a different direction, went like top glove, and I just looked at you like, what the fuck was that? And you're like, oh, I have no idea. just shook his head, raised his hands. He's like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he scored a hat trick in that game too. And people were like cheering. They're like, and like our coach was like, "This kid, like, where is this?" It was like halfway through the season. And they're like, "Why can't he do this more often?" There was just like 4 years of mediocrity after that. I remember like the second one that I have is like when me and Tanner were like we were 1 year out of high school, I think it was, and we would always go down to Johnny's Ice House and we'd play like early morning like rat time, like I don't know, it was like 7 a.m. Tanner or something like that.
It's like 6 a.m.
6 a.m. something like that. We'd get really fucking early. It's like foggy because they got a parking garage underneath it, like whatever fucking genius designed that rink. And I just go down and like randomly I just go down. Tanner was playing goalie and I just like did one little move and just ripped it just on a breakaway. And he just goes, "Where the fuck has that been your entire life?" As I'm skating away. And I was just like, yeah, that was like, I've never done that before. Like I've never tried it, never done it. And he's like, where the fuck did that go?
Yeah, Kevin, like I said, you're a fucking enigma, bud.
All right. My next one's not funny. I was just bored taking a poop when I sent these. So
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I just figure I share this with your 100 followers or so. I don't know. I don't
Wow, asshole.
I don't pay attention. I don't know how many you got.
Hi, friends and family.
All right. If you could swap the AHL with a different league to be the NHL's farm team, what league would you swap it with?
Ooh, I don't know.
K.
I would say the
Straight to K.
Just to
Straight
see,
to KHL.
I don't know. I'd probably do like the SHL.
dude, the KHL and have like all your minor leaguers on the Russian gas and just like, oh
Yeah.
baby, let's
They're
go.
real juiced up when they get here. They're just fucking man. And
And they just can't do anything because we don't have the same kind of drugs.
Nah, we'll sneak them over.
No,
That's not how that works. Come on, Tanner. Let's.
Yeah, they don't take drugs there, guys. It's
You're playing this.
totally clean.
We're talking this hypothetical situation, and you're getting hung up on that kind of detail. Like,
I'm just saying, the league already doesn't want Mitchell Miller. We're not trying to sneak him in with the KHL, all right, bud?
But
get Datsu back.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
Maybe hold on to Ovechkin once he's done.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say that you were talking the Swedish league, right?
Yeah, SHL, baby.
Yeah, that'd actually probably make more sense, like geographically. But yeah, I'd say KHL and then the Swedish league.
Swedish.
It's
Get a
gonna be
bunch.
cool to-
bunch more Swedish defensemen over here.
Yeah, well, it'd be cool to see guys
yeah,
like
they're so
playing
good.
in that relegation thing that they do over there is like so fascinating to me. Like, I wish we could do it here, but like North American markets don't allow for that. But like in that relegation thing, I didn't know that they did that in European hockey until like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that in hockey either. I thought that was just
It's pretty
strictly
cool.
soccer.
No.
It's
So like
awesome.
Peter Forsberg owned a team like I think it was 2 years ago, and they just showed a video of him like fucking losing it in the stands in a box because his team got relegated. Like he owns a team there,
Shit.
and they were so bad. Like it could be 1 year. Like you're bad 1 year, you go down to the bottom two, and you lose that game, like you're relegated, and then you got to work like 2 more years at least to get back up into the top league.
Oh, really?
I forgot who it was, but there was like in the lockout shortened year in 2013, there was an NHL guy won and played for a Swedish team in NHL and single-handedly brought them to move them up in the league.
Yep.
Like I wish I remember who it was, but I'm like that was unreal. Like I wish that can be a way to do that here, but we kind of were talking about that too before we started recording.
Yeah.
We're like, so what happens if a team that gets moved up is it's like you're talking about if you do the NHL and AHL, team that gets moved up is the farm team for a team that's already in the NHL.
Well, yeah, that was saying, what if the team that gets relegated down and the team that moves up are the same franchise? So it's like it'd be the Blackhawks moving down, but Rockford moving up, and you're like, well, you can't really hold on to your NHL players up here. I was also saying, like, if we did anything like that, you just basically have to eliminate the AHL, take all those teams and make them their own thing instead of being part of the same franchise, and kind of basically have to rework like a fantasy draft and get everybody on like an equal team basis And
an
then
entire league expansion draft essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, and then you would have teams that would have to start in the B League and teams that have to start in the A League, and it would take a few years to like work that out. Fuck, man, I don't even know how a draft would work like that too, with like 60 fucking teams.
Yeah.
Or you could do not 60 teams, you can do like 48, do like two leagues of 24.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to technically do 32.
That's true.
Do they even draft or they just sign players?
I think you'd have to do.
Isn't that like
this
how
is
some
this
teams
is
stay
something
good?
that will probably never happen.
I
So
think
I have no fucking idea,
Let's
man.
figure out the rules and regulations right now.
Start
Though.
here.
I think you straight up do an expansion. You go like expansion draft rules. NHL teams obviously would have priority, so I think you allow them to protect a certain players. So it's like you can't just the Hawks can't just lose Kane or something like that. Like they can protect Kane, and every NHL team gets one of their top stars or whatever, and then you just go like expansion draft.
Yeah, I think you'd have to. Yeah, you literally just like you protect your guys on your team, and then everybody else below, just like you're fucking like you get 30 picks. That's it. You get 30 picks out of your 60 guys, and then the rest go. I was thinking like even take out the NHL and then just make the AHL, the ECHL, and the SPHL just a regulated league like that. And just have that be all free agents. No one can sign on an NHL team, but you can pick from them. So like junior players who don't get drafted can just go there. So no farm teams, because that's technically how European like soccer does it, and like European hockey is that they take like the team won't have a team below it. Like the Hawks won't have Rockford. The Hawks will have the Hawks, and then they'll have a U20 team, a U18 team, a U16 team.
Yeah.
So they cut down from there. So kids are getting pooled up, like actual players developed in their league. So like they don't have a junior league. Like you start in like Helsinki, you play Helsinki your entire career mostly, and then like you can get traded or whatever when you're a pro. But more times than not, just based on like where you live. So
That's
just
pretty
take
cool.
the A, the E, and the SP. Just make that a relegated league, and then just have it be all free agents. Make it kind of like the D League almost. You know what I mean?
Meegan just fixed North American hockey.
There we go.
I don't even know it needed to be fixed, but okay.
After hearing that, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then guys would like when they hit waivers, they're not stuck on some like in a franchise that fucking hates them. Like Ho-Sang, like when he clears waivers, he's a free agent. Like someone can sign him. I mean, the guy's like stuck in purgatory right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to play him, and they just re-sign him as a RFA.
Yeah, something cheap too. Like
yeah, so it's like guys like that can have an opportunity to actually play. So I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Why would he re-sign then? Okay.
Because they have his rights.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they have his rights.
Still young as shit.
Yeah, but they're just dicking him around. So
yeah,
Meegans Corner 2.0.
Yeah.
hey,
I like this.
All right, Roy,
first we
pick.
tear down, then we build up.
Yeah, Roy, pick two more.
Two more. Okay. I guess this sort of is relevant to it. I'll go to the last one I had. Should the NHL try to add European leagues or teams, then have like North American versus European teams face off in their own like playoffs format? Like the winner of the North American playoffs faces the winner of the European playoffs in some type of like Super Stanley Cup.
I think that'd be cool, but I think fucking the European team might just get rocked.
Yeah, but my thinking was like maybe they'll cause players to sort of a lot of European players go home or something like that. Or
I was gonna say,
players.
Are you like possibly making trades with those teams? Like
it's
to Europe?
Think of it sort of. I guess in a way you could think of it as like the way like the MLB is. They have their two leagues, but not quite.
Yeah.
So
well,
and then the winner.
They don't play. They can't face off against each other. Well, there's like interleague play though too. So
right, there's like so that's why I said sort of like the MLB, not quite.
Well,
but,
each team could do like a trip, like they play like they do like
right
3-week trip in like Europe, and they play like 8 teams or something like that, or 10 teams, and they come back, and then European teams do. So there's one trip to Euro, and there's one trip.
Arizona's
to
getting relocated to Europe, right?
Yeah,
there we go.
For sure.
That would be cool. Or even if it's like not even like the same league, if you make like like NHL gets like some affiliation with like a European league, and they make like another trophy. So like whoever wins the Stanley Cups goes and plays the winner of that league, and just have it be like. So it's like you still have the NHL that we have and all that, but you also have this like extra like all-star, like kind of like how they used to do like the all-star games where it was like the all-stars versus the defending Stanley Cup champion, something kind of like that.
That's going back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That'd be cool. Bring that shit back.
Yeah.
You could probably do that right now, even with like with everything but the NHL teams. You might be able to do the NHL and KHL teams.
Yeah.
I think they would be up for that. But like if you did like an AHL team versus like a Swedish elite team or like a German league team, I think that would be a sweet thing to watch.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Well, I always love watching like the European series that would start the season, but I'm sure we're not getting that this year. But like last year with like the Hawks going to like what was it, Czech Republic?
Yeah, that's where we got. Who do we draft out of that?
Reichel.
Yeah, Reichel.
Lucas Reichel. So that's pretty, like, that shit was cool as hell. And then you end up playing like one game out there like they did against Philly.
Yeah, and didn't the Flyers lose to the team that they played, or like almost lost to them?
I don't know. They beat us, but whatever.
I feel like a team did lose out there. An NHL team did lose. I don't remember.
It was us like a couple of years ago.
Was it? Was it us that we lost?
I don't know about last year, but I know like a few years ago that we lost.
When they went to Finland.
Oh, is that when we had like all of our AHL players playing though?
Yeah.
That was 2010, right? Or like
I don't think it was
the 09.
I think it was like 2015. So I'm pretty sure it was like a year that we won the cup, and I'm almost positive it was 2015. I'm not gonna go back and look it up though.
Yeah,
I'm just going off of what my memory
memory
says. I just remember losing a game in Europe. I was just being like, "What?"
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, last question.
Okay.
Don't suck.
That's gonna suck. I used all the good ones first. I should have used the shitty ones first. So we'll just go with which arena has the best name and which one has the worst name, in your opinion?
I'm taking Tanner's. He said Joe Louis Pizza Arena earlier.
Yeah, but it's the Little Caesars Pizza Arena. That's the worst. I don't know.
He's like Joe Louis Pizza Arena. He goes, no, that's not it.
I don't know.
That stadium is so sick though. It sucks that they have a bad name and a bad team playing in it.
The Ball Arena.
Yeah, Ball.
where I'm sorry, it's a puck? Like what?
What is Ball? What kind of company is that?
It's the Mason Jar Company.
Their name is Ball? I didn't even notice. I know it started with a B. I just never.
Yeah.
Man, they must be selling a lot of mason jars. Well, I guess with COVID, everyone making their own bread and beer now, I guess their stock probably went up high.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get the sourdough starter. It works best in a mason jar.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking, what's the best, though?
I mean, they're all
Climate Pledge Arena. By far the worst. Climate Pledge.
Tanner's like, yeah, I like that. The worst. Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought it was, too. I was like, that's not bad. Yeah, it's like positive thinking.
Fuck yeah, dude. No. Environmental. All right, never mind.
We're environmentally friendly. Like, it's the biggest smack in the face. It's like, we're gonna pledge the arena to being green, but fuck, our corporation isn't gonna do the same. It's like, come on. And it also just sounds dumb. Sounds really dumb. You couldn't end it anything, and like just your marketing could have been like environmentally pledging, you know, like whatever, climate pledge, like we're gonna do this. This is our purpose. Like you don't gotta name the arena after it. It's it's kind of dumb. Yeah.
Here, what's better, Scotia Bank Arena or Scotia Bank Saddle Dome?
Scotia,
yeah.
Scotia Bank.
The Saddle Dome is a great name.
It's hilarious.
I like the Saddle. I really like the Saddle Dome.
I think Madison Square Garden will probably be the best name though for an arena. It's just so classic and awesome.
Just because it's a letter Kenny joke. TD Garden, the French Canadians in the show. He's like, where do you work? Oh, Titty Bank. They're like, Titty Bank? Titty Bank.
Yeah. I think Bell Center is pretty cool too. I think it just has a cool ring to it.
Oh, there is a Bell Center and a ball arena.
Yeah, there's a Bell Center and a ball arena. So Bell owns they technically own like a lot of or like the Canadian arenas, but they're like part owners of it. Like they have Winnipeg Jets. It's the Bell MTS place.
Yep.
And then
Sure.
they have partial ownership in the Maple Leafs arena. I know that. And then they have the Bell Center. And then there's one more, I think it is. No, it looks like, yes, they own 3 of 7 in Canada. Yes,
Just
they're part
the
owners of
naming
3 of
rights.
them. Two of them are the biggest 2 markets in hockey.
It's just the naming rights, right? It's not
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
that's
arena.
all.
No,
They
like
actually don't have ownership. Is it just
Bell
sponsorship
owns
or
the
ownership?
like
Yeah, it's
Toronto.
naming
what's
rights.
Toronto's?
Like the
Toronto's
United
Scotiabank, they
Airlines
own
doesn't
Scotia-
own the United Center. They just
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
that's my pick for worst name. I hate the United Center name.
really, I like it. I
I
feel like it's
don't
very
like it.
smooth.
I think
don't
the
like it.
fact
I don't think
that
it's the best, but
it's
I
not like
like
United. It's not like United Airlines Center. It's just
Right,
United
yeah.
Center.
right, which is why
Which
I
is
like it.
cool.
'cause it's
I
not-
do like that though.
I do like it, but I like.
American Airlines Arena or American Airlines Center. It's like
I just like Chicago Stadium better. That's probably my beef with it.
I
right
don't
because
like
you
the
were like
stadium
2 or
names.
3
Yeah.
when it closed.
I was
You
there.
remember all
Yeah.
that?
I was there. I went to a game there. I was there.
Yeah, I don't like those because they mark they mark like a time in history.
I was the
You're like-
roar.
Yeah, I was the roar. I like them because it's like you're like, oh, at the old Forum. You're like, oh yeah, back in like the olden times when there was cowboys and stuff. Yeah.
Where the Cowboys carried their swords on horseback. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
During
Zach,
when,
if you want to keep going back, like Chicago Coliseum is a cooler name than Chicago Stadium.
That's cool
true.
too. That is
Everybody
cool.
loves alliteration.
Yeah. And
I hate
Coliseum,
that-
just Coliseum in
Yeah.
general. Like,
Yeah. Fucking gladiators,
Sounds-
bud.
yeah, like you said, the olden days.
The olden days.
The
They're
olden
better.
days.
If a couple of these names could be changed to like seem pretty cool. Like if Capital One was just the Capital Arena, I mean, it's kind of a cool name for the Capitals. Like
Is that
literally
their
just
name?
Capital Arena. Well, it's the Capital One. Or like if you went to like
Is that for
Xcel
the
Energy-
Washington? Is that for
Yeah,
Washington?
that is.
Okay.
Yeah. So Washington. Yeah. So they have the Capital One. Doesn't it just make sense to be the Capital Arena?
Yeah,
Or like Xcel Energy Center. Doesn't it just make more sense to be the Excel Center? Everyone knows who Xcel is.
I don't.
The company. Excel's an
I
energy
fucking
company.
have no idea.
I don't know if Microsoft
Like-
would like that.
Yeah, exactly.
The Microsoft Excel Energy Center.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
like Canadian Tire Center. The Canadian Center has a way better ring than the Canadian Tire Center.
The Tire Center.
Yeah, I like the Tire
Or just
Center
the
better.
Tire Center.
Bunch of people showing up to
The
like get their
Canadian
cars
Center,
worked on.
home of the
Yeah.
Ottawa Senators, not the Montreal Canadiens.
Ottawa Senators. It's a tire fire. We're the
stuff.
Tire Center Fire Arena.
Looks like Florida's a Millie? What the fuck is theirs? It's an oil company.
Amalie or something like
Amalie? Yeah, it's an oil company.
Yeah.
Amalie Arena.
that. Yeah, that's
That was actually not too bad. Amalie Oil Arena.
Are we just gonna go over every arena now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PPG Paints Arena.
Points per game, baby.
PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's the igloo.
Say that
of
5
the-
times fast.
Of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Say that 5
Right.
times fast before I go.
No, I'm good, man. My words not good.
Rogers
Speaking.
Arena, Rogers Place. Canadian markets just don't really like mix it up. Like,
Well, yeah, they're just dominated by like 3 companies.
no.
All good.
Frank Bell
Yeah.
and Rogers.
All right, so I think that's gonna wrap it up here. Episode, was it 114 or 115?
114.
114. What do you want to call it, Tanner?
April 19th.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Megan.
Happy birthday. Hey, wait. High five. High five. Ready? Birthday 5.
Oh,
Huh.
all right.
I can't see it. I
I don't know. I think I missed. Yeah.
Fucking nerds.
What's even more
No, oh,
confusing,
hey.
I have it set up so whoever's talking is on my screen. So you guys are trying to like clap hands and nothing's around.
The YouTube video is going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Now I can see everybody. Hey. End
All
of the
right.
show.
Oh, it's so funny. Good
All
stuff.
right,
Got it.
well-
Don't worry, it just left me hanging. Thank you.
Roy and Meegan, thank you so much for hopping on. Definitely got to have you guys on again. This was fun.
No, thank you.
Thanks for sharing the show with us.
Roy, you want to come on full time? Sure, we'll do that. Quiet.
Maybe now I will. I'll think of more questions. I'll think of better questions.
Yeah, Roy will just be the Ryan and Pine guy.
Yeah, he's
that'll be his
question
job.
I come on for 10 minutes, ask you guys questions, and then get off.
We could even just pre-record that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Better. Just do a lot of
Call me in
editing.
for those. I'll pre-record anything, guys. I'm not going to come to all the live ones.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so for Meegan, Roy, Tanner, and Jarom, thanks for tuning in, and we'll check you out on the next one.
Yeah. See you later. Love you, boys.
Love you too.
You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders Podcast. This is WCBP.